Let us pray. Most kind and gracious Father, we thank you. We thank you. We thank you for what you are doing in this time and this season. We thank you for your leading. We thank you for your wisdom, your directions. We thank you, Father, for we look to you for things that you would have us to do to bring forth your will in this country. All we seek is your will, and we thank you for it. We thank you for the minds that are here tonight. We thank you for every idea. We thank you for every thought presented tonight. Sanctify it all in the name of Yahshua, your Son. And may we be able to move forward in your will and your purpose, your plan in the earth to accomplish the things that you sent us forth to accomplish. To your glory we pray. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Amen. At this moment, we're going to sing the national anthem. Um, I thought we would have our president to the keyboard tonight, but nevertheless,
Bahamas? Well, Puerto Rico is much further away than the Bahamas. And there's a photo, it's hard to see, Sunco. But you know this is a US company because they tell you can get regular, plus, and ultra gas. We get the garbage gas. That's the cheapest one, 81 cents. The plus, 89 cents. And the best gas in the world, $1.01. That just came to me. So that's not a made-up, altered photo. So I want to leave you with this. 13 cents a gallon in Venezuela for gas. If we can negotiate that gas, call it double. My friend's a missionary in Venezuela. He fills up his cube for $1.30. You could just leave it running outside with the air conditioner. So let's say it's 25 cents a gallon. What if you could fill up your car for $2.50? What if you could take that same fuel and put it into generators, right? And lower your light bill to tens of dollars, not hundreds. So until we get the energy security, we won't really be having too much of anything. But what we do need in the COI is somebody that can go and see Mr. Donald Trump and negotiate like he wants. Remember our last prime minister who went over there and they set him in the pole like a little child? We don't do that. You see, I would tell Mr. Trump simple, we are coming for energy security for our country. Now, if you want us to be a great country next door to you, you'll help us get gas from Venezuela. Otherwise, we'll be a garbage country that you spoke of. But we don't need to make the Bahamas great again. We've always been great. We just need to fix the Bahamas. Thank you. It's all on you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Weatherford. We do appreciate all of your contribution. We know that you are fighting for the people since when, and we do appreciate your voice out there. Continue doing the work that you're doing. We appreciate you, and I know that you are going to make a fabulous round.
I can't say one more
Thank you.
Mr. Bain. As you all know, I'm in St. Anne's, and my constituency office is right next door to the F&M. So what I would like to do, if we have permission, put a sign up with a hand pointing this way, saying if you want 12% on your food, go here.
You know he's going to make a great MP, a great leader. Thank you. Next, we will be calling up Mr. Rose. Mr. Rose. Mr. Rose is our ratified Brian Rose. Mr. Brian Rose is our ratified candidate for the great constituency of and so that's about
Good evening, good evening. Good evening. You know, I'm kind of angry. I'm kind of angry. Why? It's because, yes, if Mr. Bain and others didn't inform the people or educate the people on what this country is worth. Yes. Do you really think the economic people would let us know? So every citizen in this country should be angry at the moment. Yes. And if you're not angry, something is wrong. Yes. You know, you matter. Everyone in here matters. Everyone, every Bahamian in this country matters. We matter. Yes. Okay. I mean, my thing is, we have 700 islands and keys. Okay. Why aren't we not feeding ourselves? My grandmother passed away at the age of 99. At the age of 99, from Cat Island. Of course, she ate from the soil. You know, a lot of things in the United States that we import is genetically grown. Yes. Even our meats, even our fruits and vegetables. So why can't we do that here? We have the capacity.
Yes.
You know, I mean, so in Long Island, you have wild sheep and goats running all over the place. Why can't we enhance that? And I mean, Bamsi is not cutting it. No. This country have too much potential
Yes.
for us to be where we are at.
Yes.
And like I say again, every behavior should be angry. When are we going to stand up and say enough is enough? And when we deserve it, our children deserve it.
Yes.
We have to fight for them.
Yes.
And if we don't do this now, they will be run over.
Yes.
They will be run over.
Yes.
So we cannot be afraid, We have to do, my last twin boys, they're 13, and they can eat.
Oh, yeah.
Groceries are expensive. So we can curb that, grow our own food. It will alleviate a lot of the burden on our people.
Yes.
You know, we can do it, people. We just need to fight.
Yes, that's right.
We just need to fight. You know, so we have to spread the message, tell them to everyone.
Yes.
You know, changing, coming, change is here. You know, but we have to want it. We have to want it. We all want it. Like Ram normally said, let's fix the Bahamas.
Yes.
Let's fix the Bahamas.
Yes.
Thank you.
My fellow members and supporters, that was our great future MP for the great constituency of. Because guess what? Change ain't coming. Change ain't coming. All right. We're going to call up our next. My God, this man is on fire. Okay. We are going to call up the great candidate for the great constituency of Golden Isles. And Tall Pines. Cross a lot here. Tall Pines. And this is none other than Trevor
I think what they're doing in our educational system is really hurting this country.
Yes.
And I believe it's a conspiracy.
Yes.
Because if you think about it, year after year after year, when these results come out, it's a D. And they're seemingly doing nothing about it. Nothing about it. They are satisfied with these grades. So I tell you what, in the New Bahamas, I can tell you what Caleb told Moses. We are well able to overcome. We can start by looking at our preschool to grade 3 students, because as educators know that between preschool and grade 3, children like to read. From grade 4 and on, they read to learn. So because we are well able, changing government, we will enhance our lower primary to ensure that by grade 3, our students are reading at grade level. Y'all with me on this? Are y'all with me on this? Come on, man. Are you changing government? Changing government? We will move into the new Bahamas with a brighter future, not only for us, you know, not only for the old folks, like they say, but for our children, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren, our great-great-great-grandchildren, because we will not look 9 years down the road. We will not look 10 years down the road. We will look 50 years down the road. We will start generations to ensure that our children have a bright and prosperous future in this new Bahamas.
But I guess they just want to on fire. Thank you so much, Mr. Green, and I know our new Bahamas is going to look promising under a coalition-run government and a new systematic change as it relates to education. So we do look forward to the new Bahamas. I am so proud of our candidates. I'm so proud of the work that they are doing. Listen to me. A lot of us, most of us in this room, have never ever participated in an election before. And in politics before. And I can tell you from humble beginning, the people in this room are the engine to the formation of Coalition of Independence. And I am extremely proud to be a part of this organization. And I say this from my heart, I appreciate every single one of you. Yes. We have persons in here that have illnesses. I rebuke that in the name of God. Because these persons still take the time to come out and walk and campaign. We have persons who have injuries who still take the time to come out and walk and evangelize. So from the Coalition of Independence, from our heart to yours, we say thank you, and I want you to give yourself a big round of applause. You hear the song, the Coalition song, we are warriors. You stay singing that song. We are warriors. I would like to call up another extraordinary. Now listen to me. Pepper. Exciting. Fiery, literally. Fiery. Woman of God. None other, and she has never left the ground. She has always been present in her community, working as hard the soil and planting the seed of change. I would like to present Miss Faith Presenti of the great constituency of Anderson. Change ain't coming. Change ain't coming. I can keep my preacher voice down. I'm going to keep my preacher voice down. 3 minutes. The Bible says, when the wicked rule, the people will mourn. When the righteous rule, the people will rejoice. I believe it's time for us to rejoice. I believe it's time for us to rejoice. I believe it's time for us to rejoice. Not because we feel we deserve something, but because we own it. And at the end of the day, I've been telling persons as I walk the community, open your eyes because you own the land that you stand on. And I believe that under the coalition government, that every single Bahamian will benefit, every single Bahamian will have ownership of land, every single Bahamian won't have to pay light, won't have to pay water bill. I believe that the Coalition of Independence is going to bring about the true change that we need in our criminal environment. I believe in my party. I believe in my leadership. I believe in all of us. So as we walk the grounds, as we continue in the community, I want to tell you, be steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work that has been set forth before you. I want to tell you tonight that I don't care if they tell you that giants are in the land, because I see no giants in the land. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Miss Faith Presenti, our future MP for the great constituency of Anderson. Now listen, this is another level of fire. I didn't know fire comes in so many, of course, it comes in a lot of degrees. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to present to the microphone this lady, a lady of valor. This lady fights for the people even when she is sick and can hardly breathe. You ever see someone over there asthma tank on their back, like they scuba diver just fighting for the people? That is none other. None other. Hello, my fellow Bahamians. None other than Miss Maria Jackson.
Good night, my fellow Bahamians. Lincoln Bay. Oh, you here too, like? All my prayer warriors in the house. Tonight I want to give God all the honor and all the praise. And Lincoln being, I want to publicly tell you I love you. We don't have our little fuss and fight, but we can put that on the side, and we gonna fight for the Bahamian people. This is all about God and the Bahamian people. So whenever me and you little clashing to me, but oh my God, don't let the police come for you. I've been in the hospital, my eyes was here. But the woman I would say, hey, make it a problem, I gotta go. But Bahamians tonight, I want to thank the leadership of COI. We're going to move forward. We're going to have whatever we need to have. Like my father used to say, put that aside and we're going to fight. We need to take over this country. We need to take these giants out of our parliament. Right now, we need them out because it's all about the Bahamian people. And if we allow them to stay in that parliament for so long, they're coming for our children and our grandchildren with these taxes. It's happening for national security. And I want to tell the Bahamian people, we, the members of the COI, we gonna force the people to trust the police force again. The trust is gone. There's no accountability, no transparency in the organization that I was in and Lincoln was in. Things changed. But we need to bring some order in this Royal Bahamas Police Force. Lincoln Bean and I discussed that we gonna put CCTV cameras all over this island. We're gonna monitor these criminals. We cannot allow them to continue to take over our country. Too much killing, too much robbing, too much raping. And especially when they touch upon the children in our country, I have an issue. And another thing with COI is going to bring every police officer that comes out of those police stations is going to have a body cam attached to it. I want some accountability. I need some transparency because I, Ms. Jackson, cannot sleep in the night when I know we have police officers out there abusing innocent Bahamians out there. Unacceptable. So the night that he gave this microphone back to Shannon, change is here, change will come, and we will make a change in this country. COI all the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, members and supporters, that was Maria Jackson. Yeah! For the great constituency of Newtown. So we are going to call up our next candidate. Anybody guess who that candidate is? Of course. Ladies and gentlemen, since the day she submitted herself to this organization, this one is better. Since the day she had submitted herself to this organization, she has been nothing but spectacular.
Yes.
She is the epitome of what change ain't coming, change is here. I would like to present to you Miss Olivia Griffin. Candidate for the Great Constituency of Greenhouse.
Oh, Blessing, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I want to say this. The purpose of life is not to be happy. It is to be useful, honorable, to be compassionate, to have and make sense and make differences in life and life well lived. That is Ralph Emerson. Purpose. Can someone repeat that word, purpose? Purpose. Legacy. Legacy. OLI. OLI. And that is what I'm living for, legacy. They say my generation is lazy. We do not want to work and we do not want to do anything. I am here to completely change that narrative and show you that is not true. Listen, I have 2 babies. I have a husband who is very dedicated. I want to say this, to be quite transparent. On the day I've been told, oh, this man who has never been locked up before, who has never been in any sort of trouble, was locked up and needed bail. I'm home with kids. I rushed down there, was told the same exact story. How dare I not stand up? Though he is a man, how dare I not stand up? If my kids are left alone, how dare I not stand up? So I want to thank him. I want to thank strong women. I want to thank my mother, national treasurer. Thank you. These are strong women. I want to thank Charlotte Green. I want to thank Deputy India. I want to thank you, Mama Tom. These are strong women. I want to thank you, Ms. Stubbs. You are doing such an inspirational job. Oh, thank you, Sandy. You encourage me from the brain. Yes. All of the wonderful women of this COI organization, I want to thank you. You are truly carrying me to carry Freetown. Yeah. When I go to Freetown, I see women on $10 a week. This is what they're struggling with in my urban community. These are things that's serious. I heard y'all speak on food, Mr. Brian. Yes. $8, $9 for egg, a carton of egg. We have no opportunities where we can go in at my age and say, I want a home. Thank goodness Mr. Bean was right there and said, y'all take possess over. And that is very good. These are the things I am fighting for. Now I can go on all evening and put on a checklist. You know as well as I do that change is not coming, change is here. So let us break those generational curses and make for legacy. OLI? OLI? Freetown for change. I hope you guys are impressed by our representatives. We are only looking for the best because our people, our nation deserves the best. Ladies and gentlemen, before I call up my deputy leader,
and then our party leader. I just want to share a few things with you all. As we take a look at our country and we realize how it's digressing, it's going back 50 years, and it's going back fast. The people who are in this room and the people who are watching, the people who are not able to be here, who are part of this change, we have one country and one more election before this country is completely gone. I always, when I go on my campaign walk, I always share with persons, look around, look at our ports of entries, the airports, the cruise ports. Look in Parliament Square, what is missing? Our national flag.
Yes. Yes.
Our flag, Bahamians, is only being used for decorations now, you know. They are getting rid of us slowly. This is serious. We have an entire generation standing behind us, waiting for us to rise to preserve their future. And not only their futures, you know, but their lives. Because what is the future if you don't have a life? When I listen to some of those interviews by our political leaders who are in charge, who we are paying, I want y'all to pay close attention in how they address the nation. And we have Bahamians who are keying while they totally disrespect you, men and women, kings and queens. And this has become our acceptable cultural norm. We are tax-paying Bahamians, and we deserve nothing but professionalism from our leaders and nothing but the best. This same little Bahamas, but indeed a great country. We are a great people. As the shadow minister of urban transformation, not urban renewal. Urban what? Urban transformation, sustainable development. When we talk about the decentralization of Nassau, the first thing we are going to do is develop and put in the necessary infrastructure on our family islands. The reason why so many people leave those islands is because there is no infrastructures on those islands. When things happen in this country, people ask, well, where is the village? Villages are there to raise children, but guess what? Villages, in order for villages to exist, there has to be infrastructure. They are destroying our country because of the lack of infrastructure, but they say we are doing well. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, as the shadow minister of urban transformation, when we talk about development, we talk about the development of a nation, not just the infrastructure, but of the people. And when we talk about the new Bahamas comes with real development and infrastructure, not cruise ships about how many millions of people comes into the country. Is Beantown feeling that? No. Is Freetown feeling that? No. Is Angerson feeling the economy? No. See, they can throw around numbers as much as they want. But as long as the people are not feeling it, then you are a failure. Listen to me. I love when the so-called Honorable Fred Mitchell opens his mouth and says, the coalition of what? Idiots. Look in this room. Look in this room. Nothing but professionals. Nothing but professionals. And it's professionals who are going to build this country like never before. Never before. Our families are going to return back to those family islands. A lot of children left, either to come here or to go abroad, leaving our seniors on those islands to perish alone. We need to return back to our islands. We need to create communities. Nassau is too crowded. And the reason why people here, like I said, is because there is no infrastructure. It's time for us to start building bridges. That's right. Figuratively and literally, it can be done. I don't want anyone to believe the talk of that when people say we are selling dreams. Everything started with a dream. Remember who we are. Who we are. We are created in the image of God, and anything is possible. And that's why I say without a doubt, for the Carmichael constituency since the last election, I would say that's my constituency. That constituency belongs to the coalition of independence. Mount Moriah belongs to the coalition of independence. Golden Isle belongs to the coalition of independence. Yamaha belongs to the coalition of independence. Marathon, Island State, Freetown, Elizabeth State, Taiwan belongs to the coalition of independence. I want to say one thing to you all, one thing. And I'm speaking to the men tonight, to the men. Hear me.
What's up?
This coming election, we will not allow what happened in the last election to happen in this election. We are going to mine pine wood poles. We are going to stand behind our leader. All men on deck. All men on deck. Let me stop because I will go on and on and on. So ladies and gentlemen, I would like to call up our deputy leader, Dr. Veronica MacGyver, the candidate for the great constituency of Kalani. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say one thing. I remember when Mr. Lincoln Bean asked Dr. Veronica MacGyver to run in the election. We were seated at a table. She picked up from that. What? She literally picked up a bag and walked out of the door. She was not interested. Like most of us in here, we were not interested. When I was asked to run, I said, run where? So, ladies and gentlemen, I thank Dr. MacGyver for answering that call. Yes. I thank everyone who truly did not want to run. I thank you for standing. The ones that didn't want to do it are the exact ones that the Lord needs. So I appreciate you, Dr. MacGyver, my deputy leader, and I'm glad to have you on board.
Listen, welcome, welcome. I didn't even know Charlotte was gonna call me up for this here. When you're the deputy, you better be ready to take your position. And he's out of the island. I might be called upon to step up, and so I better start learning now. You agree? Well, let me just say, I'm so happy to see all of you here today. And recently on the news, you were talking about Kalani. Kalani was the subject on the TV. Did you recognize that? There's a big infighting going on in the FNM. Minister saying he is going to run, but he didn't get the tap on the shoulder. I'm like, listen, I was just there thinking to myself, y'all keep on fighting. Because when y'all keep fighting, I'm gonna be stepping right up there. But you know, God has a way of making provisions for you. That is what I notice. I always ask God to order my steps. And let me tell you what I notice. As I'm walking, I notice He's just clearing the pathways and making provisions for me. And that is how it is going to be for COI on election night. All of us are going to win. And most people are now saying, listen, this fight isn't even in between the three parties. It's between the COI and the FNM. The PLP is not even in the West. We all agree with that. Listen, they have infighting too. I understand that Joe Beth, I mean, there's a rumor, she wants to be the deputy and against Cooper. So they have infighting going on. So all I can say is y'all just keep on fighting and we can keep on walking. Okay, so let's just say 3 minutes, but okay, I'll take 1 more minute. Now, okay, so my portfolio is health. I cannot wait to sit in the chair as the Minister of Health. There are too many people who are suffering. Let me tell you what happened this couple of days ago. My nephew, unfortunately, he did not have insurance. And he developed an aneurysm of the brain, which is bleeding of the brain. So instead of taking him to doctors because he has a lump, they miss and take him to PMH. But anyway, he was in the ICU for 3 days. And do you know, we do not have a specialist here. It's called an interventional neurosurgeon. We don't even have that in the Bahamas. So they've yet to start looking around to airlift him. And what we found out, it was almost prohibitive to get him into the United States. It might have been about $250,000. And then we looked at Colombia. I said, no, that's too far. People speak Spanish, it's gonna be a problem. So we end up airlifting him to the Cayman Islands. They have a very good program there. And the air ambulance was $19,000. And the surgery is gonna be $130,000. And the hospital said, we need that money before he takes off on that air ambulance. So you can imagine what our family went through. We all pick up the phone and start calling around, and this one had to give this one, this one had to give that. And before you know it, even if you had your savings, your retirement savings, you could get wiped out with one health issue. So while I appreciate those people who do have health insurance, when I become the Minister of Health, I am going to provide better service for our people so that at least they get a good standard of care. We shouldn't always have to airlift people for everything. It's cost prohibitive. And so, right, and so, people are calling me every day. I can't get an eye exam. I even tried to call the doctor who takes care of the eye. And I hate to say this, but she was not forthcoming, like, I'm busy and blah, 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 or that kind of stuff. And I was telling her that people were saying that they're complaining about the eye clinic. They can't get an appointment. I even stopped calling her. If I can't even get an answer from the doctor who takes care of your eye, imagine the regular a resident who's trying to get an eye exam. It shows you the level of, I don't know, complacency we have in our healthcare system. But that is going to all change when I take over. And one more thing, ambulances is a problem. Didn't they say they bought 14 ambulances, right? Let me tell you something. I know of 2 personal cases. Okay, one of the handymen on our compound, he got ill. Do you know an ambulance did not show up? We had to wait about an extra hour for an ambulance to come. We were calling all around. What are those 14 ambulances doing? I don't understand. What is going on in the Bahamas? She said they want it. No, I don't think so, but I just feel as if something isn't right with the order of how things are going on in the Bahamas. We have to change that. Listen, an ambulance is supposed to reach you within 6 to 15 minutes. That's ideal. Anything over 15 minutes is less than ideal. And right now, we are not operating at the proper standard, and I am going to change that. Okay.
Thank you so much, Deputy Leader, Dr. Veronica MacGyver, the candidate for the Killarney constituency. Do we have any Killarney constituents in the house? And so, listen, I can't help it. I am so happy to be in the presence of all of you. Listen, this is political season. It's also silly season. So the talks and the attacks are going to come. I see they are putting some stuff out on me, but guess what? I have persons calling me, encouraging me, and I find myself encouraging them. So listen to me. God is not going to send us anywhere He did not prepare us for. And when I made the decision to step into this arena, it became less of me and a whole more about the mission. See, they may think that I am the weakest link, but I am far from that. I am far from that.
I know that.
The more they punch, the stronger I get. The stronger I get. You all have no idea how in love with this mission I am. This came out of the bosom of my stomach. So there is nothing, tell me, PLP and FNL, there is nothing you can do to stop this mission, this movement, because guess what? Change is coming. All right, we in this for the fight. Because the new Bahamas, we all deserve it. I can taste it, right? It's sweet. I can smell it. It smells so good. And we deserve it. We deserve it. So, ladies and gentlemen, the fight is on. The fight is on. And we are here for all of it. Right. Now, without further ado, I would like to call up our champion, our leader, the man I have had the privilege of standing next to, fighting for this country. None other than Mr. Lincoln Michael. A round of applause for all that he has done, all he is about to do for this great country.
Good night, everybody. Wow, I just turning around. How did people come from? Wow, standing room only. Jesus. Wow, thank you all so much for being here. You're gonna have a seat. Have a seat. It's meeting time. Jesus. I need Bahamians to see you. I need Bahamians to see you. We come to play in this dispensation. We come to take our country back from the hands of these demons who've been raping and robbing us for all this time. Because quite frankly, we've had enough. I see them kicking up and starting their rallies already. They have been history of the Bahamas of political season started just 2 years out from election. Never. Only the president, COI. Oh, they scared, they scared. The COI coming, COI coming. Oh, they scared. The COI coming, COI coming. Oh, they scared. The COI coming, COI coming. Oh, they scared. The COI coming, COI coming. Listen, man, I got a message to Brave. Brave, a government that is doing good don't need the campaign. If y'all was doing so good, y'all wouldn't need the campaign 2 years out. Y'all will still be governing 2 years out. But because y'all ain't doing nothing right, you want to have the campaign. So we understand. And to the end for them, y'all ain't doing your job. So y'all better get started campaigning. They can't even pick the candidates. Sometimes going around tapping people on their shoulder. You don't need a tap on the shoulder, you need a kick in the backside. Because I don't think that you're coming back here. Because people are enough for y'all too. And it's time for change. It's time for something different. You ready? Well, this the meeting. We've come to rally the troops. It's time we're taking our country. We ain't sitting down and waiting for election to call. They called a snap election on us last time. And when they called a snap election, we had 3 weeks to be ready. We had 3 weeks to name candidates, get up there on the street and go door to door. With the lockdown going on, and they limited how much you could go out. This party has done more in a short period of time than any party in the history of this country. We've had conventions, we've had rallies. Which party could have a rally a year after election? They'll never forget how our key rally got scared over them. But they know something coming now. They scared. We have organized, we've had conventions, we have had several elections. We have done more than any party in the history of this country. We have kept this country from falling over the cliffs. Because if it wasn't for the COI, this country would have been gone. Only us was holding their feet to the fire. Before the last election, only us was holding their foot to the fire. Only us was fighting against it. Only us was getting the lock up. When they call the lockdown, we go out there and say, well, you have to lock us up. Don't lock us down, lock us up. And we caused him to stop that lockdown. It was us out there fighting him. While Brave was saying, whatever minutes say, it ain't long now. Just do what he say. Now you have Peter sitting down like Brave Davis locked down. doing the same thing. Let them do whatever they want. We need change in this nation. We cannot do this alone. And that's why we called you. It's time. We don't have any time to waste. We got to go door to door. We need your help. So when you see us, say we go door to door, we need you to be there. In every constituency, we are going to knock on every door. They are controlling the media. Brave has already bought out the media. This media has prostituted itself. Prostituted itself. The people he felt was a threat, he gave them jobs and sent them away. Move them from the media so there'll be no one to fight against him. But he didn't see us coming. He thought he was going somewhere. They thought the money they offered me was going to work, but it ain't work. And I told him I was going to tell him. And I tell him, we are not for sale. Because I can't take no advantage and watch my country go down. Because it's still going to come back on me. I still got to live here. We got to fight for this. We got to fight. Now you know where the media is sold up. Yeah. Brave Davis then had a branch meeting. Why the whole media was there? The branch meeting. You ever see that? What's the branch meeting for? A branch, you don't go there for that branch meeting. You see that there? No. We got judgment people that brave them on. I don't see the media. Oh, the media has prostituted themselves. And so Brave has just changed the law. On election day, the media is not supposed to talk about anything to do with politics. They changed the law to allow it. So that while people go to the polls, they can have their prostituted media telling people how to vote. Right. Talking bad about the COI. Making up rumors and lies as they go, and trying to convince people to vote for who they want them to vote for. It is wrong, but guess what? Nothing they try to work. The whole traffic ain't gonna work no more. We can fix this. Whether you like it or not. I came to you all tonight to rally you all up this time. We got something to fight for. We can't let this country go. If we don't win this next election, whatever they call it, this country is finished. So you might say, boy, I gotta protect this job, I can't show my face, let me hold on a little longer. That job you protecting, you will lose. That life you protecting, you will lose. Because when they replace our young men with them foreign young men, our young men can't get no work and can't get no job and can't get no contract, they come in for you. So whatever you think you protected, you will lose. We gotta fight. The barbarians are at the gate. And our own leaders have sold us out. We have to stand up. Don't be afraid, my Bahamian people. Don't be afraid. I've been fighting them for over 20 years now. And your city still walking around. They've been fighting me, lying on me, doing all that manner of nonsense on me. But I am still standing. Because of the strength of who sent me, not because of my strength. And he sent me to inspire you to fight. And so we have a strong army out there. I want you to come home and let's get to work. Take it serious. Every election, the country gets worse and worse. Worse and worse. More taxes. These fellas are bringing income tax if you let them win. Customs, VAT, now income tax, real estate tax. They can tax you to death. These fellas are raping and robbing. There are major investigations going around right now with crime and what's going on with the leadership of this country. Major investigations. We are being embarrassed again. It has never been so bad. We got to stand up and fight. And so it's wartime. So they can put all kinds of stuff about us out there. They can say stuff about Dr. McGuire. All right? They can say stuff about Maria. Don't fall for that. Don't waste time with that. All right? Don't waste time with that. All right? They can make up all kinds of stories. They can make stories about Charlotte. They can make up stories about me. Let's don't waste time with that. All I know is the only thing that's important is we have to save this country. That's the only thing I can tell you. I want to, and we're gonna have these meetings regularly. I'm gonna start updating you with what's going on with these meetings. But we need you. We're gonna be at our headquarters in Pinewood daily, starting next week. And you can come on down. We're gonna be getting organized. Make sure you are in our supporters group so that you know when stuff is going on, you know when I'm going out or when we are going out. Support the candidate of your choice. I'm gonna be going in Pinewood every week. Make sure you're there. We got to take that. Because guess what? We're coming to Pinewood. But they can't have it. Let me tell you something, Pinewood. Pinewood are the biggest victims of the PLP and FNL. Our homes is owned by the PLP and FNL. And they made billions of dollars. Not just from the houses, from the quarry and all of the land that they cut down. They made billions of dollars. And they abused those single mothers who wanted to move from Camp Road and gave them a shabby house on land that they know was inappropriate. And didn't put not one drain there. They abused us. And then tell us to vote for them every time. But they'd stand someone there and say, just vote for them. They were the PLP. They were there, just vote for them. And we get swing every time. Every time. Not this time. Understand? Take their money and vote them out. And so, sorry, take our money from them and vote them out. Tonight, for all of you gathered here and the thousands of people watching this online right now, I got a message of the new Bahamians. If you watch the church service we went to recently, you know, I said, I spent this whole period sitting down planning the plan. Sitting down, going in the mountains, and I come back with the tablet. But today, I break that tablet on the ground. And I coming back with a new one. Because that tablet was full of projects and ideas that were for policies and building bridges and roads and doing all manner of things. But that project was just like the projects of the PLP and FNF. The project was about things. This project, the vision was about things. But this vision is going to be about the people. We are on a mission to put the people of this country first. We are going to put Bahamians first. First and only. You know, they have a saying going around, make America great again. Well, we don't have the plans to make the Bahamas great again. We're going to make Bahamians great again. Because I believe if you build people, you build the nation. And the reason our nations, dominated by our colored people, have been messed up is because they build nations of kings. And we need to build a nation of people. All of the great nations are about their people. And I learned a secret that came to me. It was a revelation. Let's build the people. And so every policy that we are going to bring is going to be a policy to empower our 200,000 adults and 200,000 children. Every policy. Because before, when you have a nation that's built on things, the people who own the things are going to be the only ones to benefit. But we need a nation where the people own the things. And the policy is allow the people to be able to multiply their things and benefit from their things. And so we have a principle of royalty. We are going to make every Bahamian royalty. Man, I've been watching the Middle East for years. And I've been seeing like these sheiks travel around the world. I see our own Bahamian side that dress like them, and they just throw their culture away because they will say, I don't know why. they dress like that, but that's prestige. They trying to say they looking like them, like royalty. But those people are not even royalty. They're just regular citizens. But they're treated like royalty. Their nation empowers them so much with the little they have. And they treat them like royalty. And that's what we are going to do. And if we finally want that, then we know what we got to fight for. We ain't fighting for things. We fight for our people. But there are people that are suffering. So I'm going to tell you a couple things about royalty so you know what you're about to get. Who want to know what they're about to get? All right. So I'm going to tell you a couple things about royalty. You know, I was jotting some stuff down while I was sitting in the same church service. And I'm going to tell you a couple things that came to me about royalty. Y'all going to know about your royalty? So there's going to be a new royal Bahamian. Royal Bahamian. That's an organic Bahamian. There will be no more paper Bahamians in the New Bahamas. That's what I'm closing. If you're not born a Bahamian, you will never get papers to become a Bahamian citizen. You will become a resident, you will become, get your work permit, etc. But you will not be able to come and vote in our election. And you will not be able to come around in our election. And so let's talk a little bit about royalty. Somebody say royalty. Royalty. Well, the word royalty is an old ancient word that talks about real. All right, real. That's what the word real. It's from medieval times. Real, royalty, and you know that's where we get the word real estate from, actually. All right, it's royalty because the feudal lords and the monarchs owned the land and the natural resources. The original word royalty meant the money that is paid to the rulers for the use of the natural resources. That's literally what it was. We taking it back to that. Because the land is ours, eh? And so royalty was actually any use of the resources of the land, whether it was gold or silver or the fruits or whatever's on the land, they got a royalty. And that's where the word royalty came from. And you were royalty because they had to pay you. All right? And so we royalty. And so we're going to find out some things about royalty and make it behave its way again. So let's look at some things about royalty. Royalty, think about all the royalty no one you've ever heard of. Royalty have good health care. They got the best health care. And so if you are going to be royal, when this plan comes out, there's going to be a plan for health care. That's focused on you. That's focused on preventative medicine, not reactive medicine. The reason they will not give you a hospital, because only PMH is the only hospital they build. They refuse to build hospitals. It's because they are making money from your suffering. They want you to go private. They want you to have to pay for ambulances. They benefit from that. They want you to suffer. And we keep voting for that. And people keep putting on red and yellow shirts while their grandmother and grandfather dying. While their children dying and suffering. Because they are doing it to you so they can make money. Someone say royal. But royalty don't suffer in the hospital. They get the best care. And so we're going to give the best care to our people. Royalty. And the queen don't pay, and the king don't pay, but they have medical services anyway. So we'll give you all some details about when I come. The next thing royalty has is the best education. Royalty. You are going to be royalty. You are going to have the best education. Our private schools are going to be better. Our public schools are going to be better than our private schools. There are countries where that is the reality. Finland and other countries, Denmark, their public schools are better than their private schools. And in some places, private schools are actually illegal. And they actually make sure that you can get the best education must come from the public schools. But we are going to make that happen. They want you to stay down. The PLP that was the government for most of the time, they have they have a policy. Keep them down so they don't know what's going on. Do you really think that it should have been 50 years later that a young man came up inspired by God to teach you about what your natural resources? To teach you about your rights? You should have learned this stuff in school. You should have learned your rights. But they want to keep you dumb so they can continue to rule you, keep you in the dark. But we can fix this. Our next generation ain't coming up dumb. You can't put the world over their eyes. The best education, the best. The next thing that royalty has, that they're able to do actually, they eat good food. They know royalty. They eat no fast quality food. They eating the good stuff. And so,
Healthy stuff.
and so,
And they don't.
like our candidate for Golden Eyes, an amazing young man. He's a contractor. That's a big time. Don't mind him here, like he's a small time. We didn't even officially announce him yet. I don't know how he get up here. We got some candidates we announce here soon. But he's a big time technical contractor in communications. We got some talent coming. But like he said, go on, I see you. There you go. Okay, right here. Smart young man. Like he said, we gotta feed ourselves. And no reason we got 700 islands in 2 zones, in the temperate zone and the tropics. We can grow anything that they can grow anywhere in the world. You don't realize that? Our country's in 2 zones. We can grow anything in the Bahamas. Anything. We can grow rice. We have so much wetland in the Bahamas. We should be growing rice, more rice in China. But they are killing us because they are benefiting from bringing in $1 billion to $2 billion worth of food into the country every year. And so they don't want you growing the food here because they want you buying it from them. Everything that causes us to suffer is because they are making money from it. You ought to wake up. And so we need good food, we can feed ourselves. The next thing that royals can do is royals can afford the food they eat. The cost of living in the Bahamas is crazy. The reason the cost of living, well, I'll get to groceries. The reason the cost of groceries is so high is because they get to make more impact. You see? I believe that they conspire together with those grocery people to keep it up so they can make more money. Because if a carton of eggs is $2, they make 20 cents. If a carton of eggs is $10, they make $1. Isn't this just math? Simple? It makes sense, right? They can reduce the prices. I looked at some prices in Publix and Winn-Dixie in Florida. They can actually buy those products in Publix and Winn-Dixie retail and bring it over here, increase the price by 300% and still make a profit. They buy in wholesale. They're intentionally raping and robbing us. They're working together to rape and rob us. The regional electricity bill is so high, you know, because they won't fulfill the fuel surcharge that goes straight to their pockets, and we voting for them. I think they do a trick that they say, oh, the election in December. The electricity bill is going to go down now. It always goes down in December. The AC cooking on next. We should have been sold a long time, but you know why we're not. The next reason the cost of living is so high is because they have flooded us with illegal immigrants. And if you go in every neighborhood, as you go door to door, you can see some houses full of them. No one can speak English. But some of them walking around with passe. But we can figure out how they get them passe. And there will be a day of reckoning, election. But the cost of living is so high because the apartments are being taken up by them. And the government is using our money to pay for them. And they running you all from social services and paying for them. Yes. And they all over, you know. They ain't just in Baytown. They in South Beach, they in Pinewood, they in San Souci, they in Seabreeze, they in Mount Royal, they everywhere. We are under attack. And the media is still not to cover it. The boats still landing, the planes still landing. But the cost of your rent is high because they're taking us over. Now, because they are getting all the contracts and the jobs, they are buying up all the houses. Cash. What can anyone in the state? Cash. You will try one, buy one house, yeah, they got to do an organ investigation. They might even take that cash. But they buy up the houses cash. That's from the people smuggling money and the drug money. We came up there, that's the cost of living. But we can make sure that we are royals and we can afford to buy the food that we eat. Another thing that royals do is they travel on good roads. How about that? He was driving around today preparing for this meeting. Bernie was driving the car, and I just I'm trying to work on my computer and things jumping up my lap. Everywhere. Everywhere. But royals drive on good roads. What do you mean on that? When a royal come into your town, even outside their country, they can pave the road just for them. They can see what road they're going on and not get paved. When Prince William was here, he was told that I'm schooling the Michael Road. What's your name? Silverstone. They literally stopped the paving right at the Silverstone. So good road wasn't for you. That was for them. Good road too good for you. But in the new Bahamas, you're going to be the royalty. And you have good roads. You don't engineer our roads properly. They just put tar on dirt. Thank you. They put tar on dirt. That ain't how the minute the rain or that moves, that's why it happens. There's no engineering with our building. Because they give it contracts to coonies to thief money out of the treasury. And the coonie have to give them a piece of the pie. Alright? And so that's what's really happening. We're going to have road projects that's going to transform the way we live. Our efficiency in this country is bad because you can only do but 2 or 3 things in one day. Because the traffic's so bad, because the road's so bad. All right? But we're going to fix these roads. It's now time for us to have high rises. It's time for us to have overpasses. Why not? We're going to have overpasses. It's simple, you know. It's simple. Overpasses ain't nothing that big. Haiti have overpasses. Haiti got highways.
Wow.
Jamaica got highways.
Barbados got it.
You're got Independence Drive. I was riding one day with one of my partners from the state, and a Jewish fellow, and someone called me, they was asking how far we was, and I told them, no, I'm on the highway, I'll be there shortly. So I got the phone, he said, why you lying to them telling you on the highway? I was like, we're on the highway. He's like, no, this is a road with a median. This is a regular road with a median. This is not a highway. I was like, to us, it's a highway. Yeah, I'm so used to thinking so small. Think about it. When you go to the States, that's a regular road with a median. So now, when we come in the power, there'll be no more roundabouts. We send it back to England. Off English. No more roundabouts. Because we didn't know how to use them anyway. So when you on Independence Drive, East West Highway, and you reach East Street, if you're going straight across, you're going to go up and then come back down. So the two directions will never cross. Does that make sense? And what they do is they just build up the land. So they use a lot of dirt and quarry. So it's not a bridge for the whole thing. They use a lot of dirt and quarry, build it up like a hill, and then only part for the road will have an actual bridge right there. And then it goes right back down, more dirt and quarry, you go back down. Simple engineering, man. Simple. You made it, you can do it, we can't do it. And so if you're heading west and you want to turn on East Street, you'll have another part where you will go and you will merge on East Street. All right? If you want to go this way, then you'll have another part that goes over and then you go on East Street heading north. But the areas will never cross each other, traffic done. Simple solutions. Can they cost that much? They will spend, what it is, $60 million in advance on the bridge. Hold on. But anyway, you are royal. And so I decree and declare that you will have good roads. Another thing with royals are they don't drive in traffic. And so that's why we're going to have good roads. We don't need a police escort because we are going to get rid of traffic because we're going to have proper transit systems. We're taking over the bus system. We're taking that. Yeah. All right? We are going to work with the bus drivers. If you have a bus franchise, you're going to get a share for every bus that you have. We haven't been able to come up with a solution to this because they don't want to offend no one and lose votes. No. We can have a proper system. Those who are already invested in it, we're going to give them shares in this system. We're going to take their buses, sell them to some churches or something. And then we're going to have proper buses that can handle handicapped people. And the bicycle on the front of that. And proper air conditioning. And no raga music in them. We are going to have a separate bus system for our children going to and from school. So no one to pick them up and kidnap them. No one. And so that will alleviate some of the traffic, and that will alleviate some of y'all leaving work 3 o'clock too. Because they ain't have to no more. Stay to work, ain't that the lift and breathe. We are already in talks with the company to build a tram system, a cable system, that is going to be phenomenal. We can't wait to release our video so you can see what that is. But a cable system that'll be able to transport you all to this country. So Michael Road, they can't spread that no more. And that's the city. And so in the middle of that, you'll have a high-rise tram system that's going to be operating on the main legs. The bus system deal with everything else. This is going to be very impressive. You're going to love it. You're ready for Vision 2030? All I'm on 74. Let's wait for it. Just wait for it. So while don't drive the traffic, so we're gonna fix that. All right, we're gonna fix that. Royals are not harassed and killed by police. We can fix that. We can fix that. All right? We can make sure we have the best police force in the world, properly trained with all the equipment that they need, properly paid. So they don't have the gambling and corruption. Properly Okay. All right. Police officers who have worked, we ain't get our gratuity yet. Because I want to say to all my police friends, I know every government that comes in promises you the gratuity, and you might say, why you think we can do it? Because me and Marie ain't get our gratuity either. Probably you get yours? You get yours? Okay. So we can make sure they get their gratuity, right? All right, police gratuity coming. Only to go to them. But proper pay coming. And we have 2 more ex-police now educated intellectuals who are run too. So more police coming. So we can treat our police good. And so I believe if you treat your staff right, they will treat your customers right. So if you treat our police right, they will treat our people right. Right. If you take good care of them, all right? And we are going to end corruption in the police force. We know who all the corrupt people are. I want to say this. Let me come close to this camera when I say this. A couple of years ago, on February 14, I think it was, or 15, sorry, February 15, me and some other concerned Bahamians went to CARICOM to fight for this country because of the corruption and because of the immigration situation that was going on. And Philip Brave Davis sent the commissioner on a mission to attack us.
Yes.
To beat people,
Yes.
to stop them and drag them.
Yes.
Bahamians, royalty.
Should never have to come up.
Whenever you touch a royal, that's an international incident. Literally, it's against the law to touch a royal. You cannot touch the queen. She wears gloves to shake the line. You don't touch royals, and that's what they did. They sent the police out there to abuse us. I want you to know that no change ever comes with that kind of without that kind of sacrifice. Martin Luther King and them had to do it. The early Christians had to do it. And the Romans said, the more we kill these Christians, the more they multiply. They don't die, they multiply. And so I want you to notice something though. Every senior ranking police officer who is responsible for that is now gone. That evil, corrupt man, they call Clayton Fernando. He said he voted COI. Thanks for your vote. So we come with you. Yeah, he said that. He said that. We come with you. We don't want it. We don't want it. Only one vote I don't want in this country, that's you, Clayton. You keep that. You keep that. We're coming for you. Because what you did to those innocent Bahamians was evil. And then you locked them down for more than the allowed time until CARICOM was finished. A crime against humanity. The royals were locked up. Clayton Fernando, don't vote COI if you don't want your corruption. You keep that. That's one vote we'll do without. We'll risk that. I should keep it. Next one, Delavo, the ice cream man. You all know I like ice cream, right? But he sells the ice cream in the gas station in the little things. I don't eat them. I don't touch them. That was hard for me. But I don't touch them. Because I don't know which, they have 2 different ones. I don't know which one is them, so I don't touch them. I ain't touching it. The Delavo is now gone. All right? And others. The only persons leading the police force now, and the commissioner and deputy commissioner, are a person who did not get involved in that. All right? Think I can say you want the corporal, yeah, that's a hard PLP. I know him from out in the force. He's a good fella who likes to do what is good. and he just left his PLB. But he didn't get involved in that. All right? I don't know Andrews again. That Andrews was in that? Right, Andrews was in that. And Shanta was in that. All right? All right, go on, eh? All right. Anyway, I don't want to say what happened to Barry. Yeah. I can't say. But I want you all to know that God is with us. And He's protecting us. This is His move. I am willing to sacrifice everything for this. Because I know that this is His move. And so those ones, they're gone. All right? And God's still even finished with them yet.
Name is God.
And then it's going next thing. Yeah, you go next. And I want you to notice something else. That from they did that, the police force crashed like it never did before. They lost all credibility. None they was doing was working. And they're finished. And they have to be restored because of what they did to do. All you were doing was fighting for your country. I want you to know that God will sleep. This is serious. All right? So I just had to put that there. Let me show you what else came to me. All right. Royals have access to information. Freedom of Information Act. They have to report to the royals. They have to answer to them. And so we are a royalty. We should know what's going on in our country. But they wouldn't give us information because they're thieving. That royals are not subject to politicians. Politicians are subject to royals. And so they have to run behind us. City government. We run things. All right? They're going to be subject to the people. We can flip this on them. I'm tired of worshiping politicians. It irks me when I listen to the news and I hear them referring to people as the honorable this and the honorable that. That's not how it works. That honorable title is only to be used in the House of Assembly on official duty. That's not for you whenever you mention them. I say being Maria for that. Call him honorable. And then remember that. She keep doing it, don't worry about it.
I beat it for that too.
But do you know Americans also use that title? If you're writing to a senator in America, it would be the Honorable Senator Barack Obama. Or Honorable, they use that too. But you never hear them referring to them as that in the news, right? When they talk about Tony Blair or any of them on their news, they say Tony Blair. They don't say the Honorable this and that. But our leaders do it because they want you worshiping them. So we can have a new dispensation where the politicians gotta worship the people. They love that entitled. They love that purpose. So they want you worshiping them. They want you serving them. They must spend the money and brag. They will go on their lavish trips, eating steak and caviar and bragging and showing you why you get nothing. But to call them honorable. Honorable my foot.
Just before I mention.
Mercy.
Don't start me up in prayer. We'll be in here talking with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Fred don't answer nobody no more. He don't want to do no work. So he's dividing the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So the Department of Foreign Affairs and the ministry. Yes, he just announced it. And so the ministry will be run by the minister. The department will be run by the director general. So they do the work and he just travel and have fun. On their money.
We have fun, man.
All right. If you think about royals, next thing about royals is Royals run things, things will run them. So in other words, you will run things. And again, that's city government. They're gonna have to bow to you. Royals are owners of the nation.
Amen.
They're owners,
Orders.
and therefore they have access to capital. How do we empower people to get access to capital? The problem with Bahamians and Bahamian businesses is we can't do our dreams if we have the money to. You gotta go to Branson Millennium Bank, or you gotta go to Royal Bank or the foreign banks. And all that happening is take a TPI deal. And then make sure you don't get any access to capital. But that's what Royals are. So we're gonna own this country. Everything is gonna be about ownership. You've heard me talk about this over and over. We're not gonna be going into to investments or stuff that we're gonna own, right? Trying to speak to this because I want to hear from you. All right. Yeah, so they run things. They're owners of the nation. The next thing is royals don't work for people, people work for them.
Amen.
So let's talk a little bit about immigration. I'm not against anyone else coming here from anywhere else, but you're coming here the right way.
Come the right way. Come to our land.
If you let people benefit from the natural resources, who will work? They will work.
That's right.
They get all the jobs now. The image already can't work. And if you lose this election, you just ain't get no job. But the problem is, they get all the job and you get nothing. So we want you to benefit from what is yours as your royalty and let them come work for us. How about that? Let them come work for us. But come here the right way and do it properly and learn to love our God. Or bring no funny in this year.
Little louder. Little louder. Little louder. And he's gone. Beside him, there's none of.
No.
None of.
It is treason to try to overthrow a royal.
Treason.
It's a serious one. It is treason to try to overthrow royalty. Illegal immigrants are trying to overthrow us. You see, they say they can talk more about the Chinese because they buying up the buildings. Whatever they buy, we could buy back. I want for that. We can do that. But we have illegals who are coming to our country the wrong way, and they are meddling in our politics. That's treason. And they're allowing it. They are showing up to the registrar right now with passports and can't speak a word of English and getting those cards.
Sacred politics. Sacred.
Yes, selling our birthright. You see, I've been voting for years. I don't even remember ever seeing a Chinese on that line. I remember seeing it. But I have a problem with people who are trying to become us and interfering with our election.
Sacred election.
And now they are running in the election. Watch the local. Okay, someone is trying to move. If you don't, no one knows their license plate. This is a Ford vehicle number 4423, AM 4423. That's not Ford, that's a Chevy. So if you're driving that, someone needs to get out. All I can see is the black. And then 882289 needs to get out. 882289. That person needs to move so somebody can get out. So it's very serious. It's very serious that they're trying to overthrow us. I don't need to go into that. You all understand what I'm talking about there. Again, I'm not against anyone else, you know. When I went to Haiti and I looked at their laws, a foreigner can't even run in their election. A Haitian who left the country can't even run in their election. You have to be what they call a Haitian of origin. You know what I mean? An organic Haitian. They get offended when we say that. But they actually put that in their law. Not only do you have to be an organic Asian, you have to be living there and you have to own property. You get it? So they protect their country and have no problem with that. That's what you're supposed to do. But how we wrong for protecting ours when they're not protecting theirs? We can take this country back. Yeah, yeah.
That's right. We can take it back.
A royal is treated with respect in their own nation. I'm tired of Bahamians having to fight for what is theirs. I'm tired of unions selling out the people for these politicians. I'm tired of Bahamians not knowing where to turn when they're being abused. Bahamians are going to be treated like royalty and treated with respect in this nation. And no foreigner is going to come to this country and abuse the Bahamian. I want you to want me. You say what you want, but what you want about her. But she's more man than all the breakdown. Definitely more man than Fred. Ray Conley, when she first got in, she called all the media. That was she was 1 o'clock in the morning. She did it extreme like that. Tell them they better be there. And they came. And she made an announcement. She said that she heard that the foreign companies are paying foreigners more than they're paying Bajans. She said, stop that now or you're coming out of the country. She said, you are against them and you will not treat anyone better than a Bajan. You can't even own a beach in Barbados. So she took that stand from people who was fund elections and she told them, Bajans run things. In this country, Bahamians will run things. Next thing is the tricky one. Royals don't pay taxes. Jesus said something too, because they came and they asked who was it? Peter. Peter quick to lie to Jesus. He defended Jesus, but he loved Jesus. They asked Peter, does Jesus pay his tribute? And Peter said, of course my master is paying tribute. Of course. And you fine. And after they gone, Jesus called him and said, why you say that? He said, does the princess pay taxes or the strangers, meaning the people who are not royals? The princess don't pay taxes. He was showing them a concept in the kingdom. The princess don't pay taxes. And when you look at Dubai, Qatar, and all these places, they don't pay taxes. There's no personal tax. They just started a 5% VAT because of some treaty what they signed, but they ain't do nothing to live off that. They just do that because of competition with their neighbors, etc. But they don't pay personal taxes because they are not a country that's dependent on taxes. They make money from their natural resources and the businesses they invest in. Royalty don't pay taxes. So we will have no income tax. So we afford brave and big that plan to put that on us. You know, the FWP always working together against us. We afford that plan. There will be no real property tax for Bahamians. That's your land. That's your land. Why I gotta pay for my things? That sounds extreme, but I didn't do the maths. All right? I didn't do the maths. They don't make it left. like $160-something million in real property tax. Grave them said they was gonna, show up with guns and all that, and they was gonna make people pay and threaten to take it. So they projected it's gonna raise 300 million from it, if they put gun on people, and try to take their land. But most of that is a foreigners anyway. So why are you killing us? That little bit from us, charge the foreigners some more and leave us alone. So we are going to move from being a country that is dependent on taxes and move to being a country that's dependent on the natural resources. We have so much of it. And the last thing,
Real change.
royalty gets royalties. They say I sell the grapes, but tell them we want to see something. Call election, let's see. Let's see if it's possible. They say it's impossible for us to get a check. It's only $200,000. They got some companies in this world that got more than 200,000 staff, and all of them just get a check. So why is there 200,000 people can't get a check? Not a turn. You supposed to be a turn. When they get a done, they'll get theirs. 200,000 adults. You can get a check. Because everyone who works the Walmart gets a check, right? It's millions of them. Everyone who works the Amazon gets a check. It's millions of them. Why we can't get a check? Think about it. Royal Caribbean sails our waters and they make 10 million, billion with a B, dollars per year. Sailing our waters. Now how Chesapeake them beating up their chest for crumbs, bragging about what they making. Our yearly budget is $3 billion. They making 10 billion in our waters. And no one who we paying these six-figure to and wearing all their nice gold suit ever thought maybe we should go in that business. Nice. No one. That's what they do at the time. That's what they do in the Bible. Their country goes into business. They don't run it, they just own it. Ownership and management is two different things. All right? Them hotels you all go to in Florida, the owners don't run them. All right? That name rather on that's who might be managing it. All right? But the owner don't run that. They just own it. And so we could own the cruise lines and let the professionals run it. And we make the money. That's what the smart country doing, and all of them was smarter than us. Now they got sense. But we still here talking about 200 jobs. We're going to close the beach access on Cabot Beach, and we're going to provide 200 jobs. Slave jobs. Slave jobs. Slave jobs. Carnival makes $20 billion a year. Mostly sailing our waters. 20 billion. And no one in the back, they go to the house for assembly and they borrow $500 million. Like that's nothing. Yeah, we're borrowing $500 million. What you gonna do with it? They're going to do it. Let me tell you something. When they started VAT was, our debt was $5 billion. They said the VAT was to pay off the debt. The debt is now $12 billion. We ain't get much yet. We ain't got no that. Minister borrowed $6 billion. He didn't build one house. He didn't build one school. He didn't build one road. What he do with $6 billion? There's something. Singapore has one of the worst debt to GDP and debt rates in the world. All right? I think they're number 3 or something. They have horrible debt. But 1 in 6 households in Singapore has $1 million cash. That ain't value. I didn't like when we declare a car worth this, the house worth that. No. Cash. That's 1 out of 6 households. The 5, that's the people who come in the country to work for them. The Singaporeans got money. They have 0 natural resources. Their country invested in businesses that made sense. All we need is vision. All we need is vision. I sure Graham Bradford alone got about $1 trillion worth of vision in his head. But we have a smart team that is ready to fix the Bahamas. So, when we meet again in short order, we're going to be releasing the vision to you. Our candidates are going to be releasing the vision to you. All right? I'm putting a template together and we're hashing it together. We've already had our think tanks and we're putting the information together. I'm rewriting it so that it's people focused. Yeah. And you're going to see how we're going to do everything by empowering our people. The ships come here and no one comes off the ship because there's nothing for them to do. And so if this man has a vision for something for the tourists to do, and I give him the money, the $1 million to do that, guess what? That money coming right back to the government, and that's it. So we're going to give him that. Because when we give that to him, he's going to spend that. And every time he spends, the taxes is going to go. Because instead of business taxes, not personal, but business. He's going to give that to his staff, and they can spend. And so we didn't really give anything. And that's what America does. All right? When I was in college in the US, they had courses for grants, how to write grants to get money from the US government. Anything they wanted their country, direction where their country to go in, they will give you money to do that. They will give you funding to do it. All right? And so we're going to do the same thing. Real grants, what is $5,000? Stupidness. That is stupid. All right? And so when I give him that, that's money now that stays in the economy. When the cruise ship brings tourists here, when the hotel brings tourists here, that money never comes in the economy because they pay it overseas. They pay it online. That never comes in here. That don't benefit us. So people will say, look, the main fee in Trinidad because the money don't ever come here. And so we are going to empower the individuals to build the dream, to build the new Bahamas. So what I need is for you all to get ready for war. We can't do this alone. We can't. I'm asking you for your help. We need your help. We got to fight these crooked, evil barbarians, these uncircumcised Philistines. We have to defeat them. So I'm ready to fix the Bahamas. Are you ready to fix the Bahamas? I am ready for a new Bahamas. I have had enough. And I am on a mission to build the people. And the people will build the nation. We're not a government that's focused on building a nation. We're focused on building you. And you to build a nation. No more suffering. No more lines on the back to get a backpack. No more lines to get a turkey and a ham. We're going to empower our people. It's only $200,000. We got this. And since Brave and Pinta and them don't know what to do, just back on the side. Get lost and let's do this. So, let's get ready for war. Y'all fighting, y'all defend this country. Don't be afraid. We got to stand up. I'm going to stand in the front lines. I can take all the blows. Let them come at me. And they ask you all to come with me. We need your help. And so make sure you're in the groups. When we call for you, come. All right? We're going to have regular meetings. And our next meeting, I think, is going to be for Vision 2030. We're going to announce the time. And we wanted to do it on February 5th, and we're going to announce some more candidates then. But we're going to push it back a little bit so that we could fix this vision right. And so we want to give it to the people so they can see the first vision that is focused on the people of this country. And we can rise. Marcus, Messiah Gabi, after visiting the Bahamas and meeting with y'all and talking to y'all and seeing how passive y'all are, he said the Bahamians are going to be the last to wake up, but they're going to be the first to rise up. And so it's time to rise up, Bahamians. It's time to rise. Because JJ coming! JJ coming! JJ coming! Amen! Ladies and gentlemen, I want to take about 5 minutes. I know it's getting a little late. 5, 10 minutes. I want to answer your questions. You know, I always do that. Because we don't have everything in our head. It's some of you. I want to answer some of your questions. Anyone have a question? Anyone? Go ahead. Go ahead. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. I didn't talk about everything else. I ain't no true. Yes. But on the mic. Someone else mute this on the mic, please. Yeah. Someone. When you finish, you can pass it around people. Good afternoon. Yes. Good afternoon, Bahamas.
Good night.
Hi, Bahamian brothers and sisters. We have one country.
Yeah.
We are a people.
Yeah.
You know who we are.
Yeah.
Right? We are a people. We have a country. While they are out there fighting to save their party, the COI, the Bahamian people, the men and women of this country, the COI is fighting to save their country and their children and the next generation. Give us up a round of applause. All right. Yeah. I want to ask you that when you go live, you know, the Bahamas is watching you.
Yes.
People from around the world, Bahamian around the world watching you.
Yes.
When are you going to bring our candidates on with you?
On what?
On your live?
Well, we've been bringing candidates on live, but stay tuned. We're going to bring Vision 2030. The candidates are going to present that, and you're going to start seeing the candidates, not just on my live, but on other shows. Stay tuned. There's plans for that. All right.
Anybody else? I have a comment. I just want to say,
I won't pass the mic around.
yeah, I've listened to you. I've listened to you and you present stellar vision.
Thank you.
I think that we as a people, we need to see this vision. You know, I was talking to a lot of persons.
Oh my God.
I was talking to a lot of persons in this country. And they love you. They love you. Believe me, I've said on Steve McKinney, my wife and I, we were sitting down watching Donald Trump and so on in. And I see you thinking, now I'm not no prophet, so you're not no prophet anymore. I'm just speaking with my wisdom. I saw you as Donald Trump raised his right hand to swear. I see you raising your right hand to swear as the next president. What is happening in this country? What is happening in this country? The people are hungry.
Yes.
Mr. Bain, the people are hungry in this country.
Yes.
I've been around a little while. I just did Walk with the Sky. I've been here to celebrate a birthday, 72 years.
Wow. Wow.
And so what I'm saying, I went on the US website, the visa. I looked and I saw Barbadians, their language, English, Jamaican English. But when I look at the Bahamian, underneath, our language is English and Haitian Creole. Because the reason for that is because we have the amount of patients living in this country and apply. That's why they have that. The English, so we have two languages. They recognize as a two language, English and Haitian Creole. Okay? We are in trouble, but we are not in trouble because we got this man. Thank God for you, my brother. I love you. I love you. And the people of this Bahamas love you. I told Charlotte when I walked with her on the weekend, I said, a lot of persons will say, we introduce, say, do you know about the COI? They said, but the COI, but when they spend this, they say, who's COI? And I say, Lincoln. Oh, yeah, Lincoln. Okay? So when you're introduced to COI, you mention Lincoln. Yeah. Some people don't recognize the COI. But the minute you say Lincoln, who's the COI? And you say Lincoln, and they say, oh, yeah, I was him. I listen to him. So God bless you all and continue to grow. Change is not coming. God bless you.
All right, anybody else? Anybody else? Go ahead.
Good evening, everybody. God bless you. Mercies endure forever.
Amen.
So my request tonight is everywhere we go, we hear Talabon. Whatever language that is, Haitian, Creole. My request is that could we make it mandatory that that language, Creole language, be a subject in the schools where our children could learn Creole? Because the reason why I said that is because
Go ahead.
see, there's a lot of them in here. They're living all around us. And they could be planning your death. And we don't know what they're saying. They could be planning everything. They could be planning. They could be planning to riot, war. They could be planning anything. But if we had known their language, they would not be able to do that in the front of us. The reason why I said that, my daughter, she married to a Haitian man. And his family came from the United States because of his mother died. They came speaking Creole in her house, and she could not understand. And only her husband, could have understood what they were saying. They could have been planning on that, but she don't know that was very disrespectful. So we have a lot of Creole children in the schools today. And they can speak to each other in Creole. Our little children can understand what they're saying. So why can't we know and understand that Creole language? I mean, they can understand us very soon. Whenever we say anything, they understand us. So why can't we understand what they're saying? That's my concern.
Just on the phone.
All right. Good. Good question. Let me fix this for you. I spent a couple of years in Haiti after the earthquake. All right. And I can tell you that if you're worried about them speaking another language and hurting you, you're gonna have to learn a lot of languages. Because they don't just speak Creole. They speak Creole, French, Spanish, all of them. All right? They speak more than one language. So I'm sure I'm learning a lot of stuff. All right, I have no problem with them teaching any manner of languages in schools, whether it's Latin or Greek or Spanish or whatever it is. I learned Spanish. I learned French in school. In fact, I had to take out 2 in Princeton. And in fact, I like to study the Bible when I was young. I had to teach myself Greek and Hebrew. All right? I taught myself that.
All right, so I like education, so I want our kids to be educated. Bernie was surprised one day, she was in the car with me, she saw me reading Japanese. She's like, President, you read Japanese? I like to know. I like to know. I taught myself Greek. I taught myself the Greek alphabet. Alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, zeta, theta, iota, kappa, lambda, mu, nu, xi, omicron, phi, rho, sigma, rho, epsilon, pi, chi, psi, omega. That's alphabet in Greek. All right? It's not about me that people don't know. But to your question, we're going to educate our kids at another level. The best education. But we are going to put the laws in place to protect them. Ain't no foreigner coming in our country and touching nobody. What? That illegal immigration stop. Because we are putting up a firewall outside on the two sides of the Inagua. You know more ships coming in here? They only come because they are making money from them, selling their papers when they come. That is going to stop. Them planes are going over there. You ain't sending our planes over there no more. And you ain't deporting over our planes no more. You come in boats, you get back in boats. Right? It's not Bahamas there. We paying for that. That's my seat. We gave Bahamas there $30 million a year in subsidy. And they putting them people in that. I'm giving them money as they exit the plane. Come on this boat and go. And so we're going to protect our people. When you come here the right way, and our government is going to be so strong. Our defense force is going to be so strong. We got a Navy. It's going to transform. It's going to be so strong. None of that will ever be able to happen. And we will never be overrun. All right? Everything I can say, but trust me, this country will be in order. And if you see me stand up in front of 50 defense force officers on our ground land and move all them out of the way, I've been willing to stand up to 15 million people and tell them, you ain't coming here. Unless we invite you. Simple. So don't worry about them. Don't be scared of them. When we started exposing the shanty towns, you know what they used to say? Well, they can know why you go to them shanty towns. They can put over there on you. They can put voodoo on you. They can do this. They can do. In my country, I scared to go anywhere. Voodoo in my country. Who got the real God? Me or them? Only one God. Any other God ain't real. You play with little trinkets and toys. You want to spray oil and whatever salt and whatever you do and cut off chicken head, whatever. I eat chicken. God made chicken. What's real? What I need to want me to come right now.
Your favorite
I ain't scared of no other country. We can defend these. That's
What's your favorite minister did?
what is it? Right? This rep, White criticizes government's purchase of the BMWs for country's embassy in Washington. 3 BMWs. What y'all was expecting when y'all voted? I don't understand. Like, they smile for us or something. What you always expecting when you're voting for Greg? Greg stood up in Haitian village and said, I just want to y'all is behind the country, y'all. What you think was happening? Now you complaining about immigration? What you think was happening? And if you give him another term, when he looking for a third term, imagine what he could do. And then if you let Fred Smith puppet, Pintar get in here. What you think Fred Smith, you know what Fred Smith doing, right? Huh? That's who funds Pintar. If you're let Pintar get in here, Fred Smith, that's the people who stopping them from breaking that shutdowns. That's the man who's going, traveling around. Pintar was working with Fred Smith, as they was traveling around the world, lying on the Bahamas. Now you want to be our Prime Minister? Your brother lying on the Bahamas, and you want to be Prime Minister? You wanted to say something, Fred? You still want to say something? Or you listening to go on?
You know, it's a very valid point, but we all learn French and Spanish in school. And it's only, don't be fooled, only 13 million people on half, not even a half of an island in the Caribbean speak Creole. So if we teach our kids French and Spanish, the whole world, the language of diplomacy is French. Your passport, if you're an American Canadian agent, it's in English and French and Creole. So we have to bring back teaching Spanish and Creole. But I want you to think of this, Lincoln.
Now, there's a problem with learning languages because a lot of us learn in school. If you ain't using it,
You forget. Think about this. Alaska Airlines now comes to the Bahamas. That's the Pacific. That's across the US. Alaska Airlines comes to the Bahamas.
that's right.
But like you said, Mr. Bain, we don't need to manage Bahamas there. Get somebody to manage Bahamas there properly, but we'll own it. And why don't we have jets, the biggest Bahamas Air jets going to Alaska? Why shouldn't we be sending a plane there and bringing them here? And when they say that you can't do what you say, every citizen in Alaska gets a check every Christmas from the oil. But we don't just have oil, we have natural gas. Clean natural gas that should be burning in our power plants. So why aren't we doing it? But I appreciate you pivoting to the people instead of things. Because the $200,000 BMW that you just paid for will rot. But you and your children and grandchildren,
Sustainable.
renewable.
All right. You want to say something? What, Diana? You? Okay, in the back.
Good night, everyone. I just have a question in reference to the nurses, right?
Yes.
I registered a doctor like 3 times from the beginning. I reached my time and the doctor was yet, but I'm losing money out of my pocket. When I heard the lay out the plan for nurses. So what are your plans for nurses?
We have to pay our nurses. All right? We are going to pay them properly. We have already said that from the last election. We said that. The nurses have to be paid properly. You have to be able to compete with the salaries in the US, and we can't do it. It's only 200,000 people to pay. They pay in millions of people. All right? We can do it. Pay them properly, and so we can get good and proper service. We've already said that. There was a period of time when nurses had no insurance. They had to fight. All right? That's ridiculous. I couldn't believe that when I found that out. Why should you have to fight for those kind of things? When we get into power, y'all are going to realize that you don't even need a union no more because the government will be fighting for you. All right? Our civil servants should not have to be paid for back pay and overtime and all this kind of stuff. You know, that's ridiculous, man. And both parties do it. All right? So we're going to pay our nurses properly because they are failing to pay our Bahamian nurses because they don't want to empower you. But they are bringing in foreign nurses and housing them and paying them, giving them a retention bonus, etc. And so for the money you pay in to bring those foreign nurses in, just pay our nurses. Our nurses don't want to leave. They don't want to leave. And so we are going to fix that for our nurses. All of our officers are going to be paid on the same scale. Whether you are a defense officer, police officer, prison officer, same scale. All right? Based on your merit. We're going to have a country based on merit, not who you know. All right? A country based on merit. I heard when they was having a handover of the police force to Shanta, and a police officer, senior police officer, who's a woman, was saying how she was in a certain field, she was going into biology, etc. She, wanted to come here and work for the lab, etc. But she came there, and they never put her in the lab. All right, they have talented, educated police officers that they have working in other areas. Your degree is in this, but they have you over here doing this. It's so idiotic. It's mind-blowing. All right? So we're going to change that. We're going to make sure our nurses get paid properly, that no one abuses them, and that most thing that they have a proper facility to work in. That their gowns, their foot covers and everything is covered by the government, and they have proper tools to work with. Now, they don't have to worry about health insurance no more because it will be free. It can be done. And so we're going to make sure it's free. All right? So, in this plan, you're going to see us focus on certain civil servants so that you could know the kind of things that they need to get. All right? This plan is coming up. Anyone else?
I would just like to point on what they were saying about as Bahamians,
What am I talking about?
as Bahamians, we have to be very careful because we're prisoners in our own country.
Yeah.
I am surrounded by neighbors who have decided to rent their places out to the patients.
Mhm.
And, you know, I'm being now, living in my house all my life, having these persons who just coming in by boat, by plane, however they got here, telling me that they have more rights than me because they know everything, that they have all the my yard, they can have everything that I have. And I'm telling them about it, that, you know, I don't, you know, they don't pay me, they don't care. But I don't think you want to mess with me. Because do you know the Almighty, my Creator? You're in the Bahamas. I'm not going to be intimidated by you. Who wasn't even born and raised here, trying to tell me I must go with you. So you can allow your to run in my yard and you also let me over yours. So where I live in my house. No, it can't be.
Yeah.
I have nothing against them, but they need to know their rights and their ground. Our country, that they are coming to development.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be. Sitting all the time. I took a little seminar thing that they had the other day. And they were asking the children, what do you want to be when you grow up? So little boy, 9 years old, was on the side. He said, I want to be a Haitian. Miss, I want to be a Haitian. So I said, you can't be that because that's a nationality. He said, but they're the only person that are coming here getting what they want to get and doing what they want to do. I think you're so smart.
Wow. Wow. We are going to make Bahamians proud to be Bahamian again. There was a time when we go to Miami, we felt good being a Bahamian. All the Miami people that were Bahamian, they spend many money. They know how to loan money, but it's still spending the money. It was proud to be Bahamian. We're going to make that happen again. All right? We're going to be proud to be Bahamians. Everywhere in the world, they can know Bahamians. They can know us. And if Bahamian get in trouble anywhere in this world, we're going for them. All right? We're going to protect our people. We don't want him to be stranded nowhere. I embassy is going to be spread out around the world to empower Bahamians, to make sure you get opportunities. You want to go into business in another country? Yeah, embassy can tell you everything you need to do and where you need to go. America looks out for their people and their businesses. We are going to do the same thing. Bahamians are going to be known in this world. Just how they look at them sheiks and they think they royalty, but they regular citizens, they look at Bahamians differently. If Bahamians want it. Now, if you want to keep worshiping politicians and making them rich, all right, then go ahead.
Maybe we have a gentleman here from Long Island. He want to say his speech.
Go ahead.
All right,
Put the mic close.
to my beautiful Bahamian people, I love my people. And I will stand to the last breath that comes of my body. To fight. See, Bahamians, we have to now rise up. Because we were too quiet for too long. This country, it's our country. We need to stand and fight.
Thank you.
That's right. These ladies and gentlemen here, Bahamians, we here, we in this country, and foreigners in our parliament.
That's right.
That don't care about us. They don't care about us. Why you think they now, Davis, I call him a coward.
Yes.
And look at the other one, Pinchard.
Yeah.
He just find time to come to the public and speak it up.
That's right.
For what?
Too late.
It's too late.
That's right.
See, they've been, from one party to the next, only PFP and after that. I'm 60 years old and I haven't for the life of me saying nothing good out of those two parties. And I go to say this. The Bahamian people, it's time for us to break this spell. These Haitians has put a spell on this Bahamas. And I have heard it from folks. Davis, what happened? During the election, he have these Haitians in the graveyards speaking to the, and corresponding to the demons that they, that's in the graveyard, the spirits.
Thank you.
A friend of mine, of my homeboy, he heard of one again, that Davis, I think it was Davis or Ingram. I don't know if it's Ingram or he was minister. No, it was Ingram at that time because she said, Daddy had me, Papa had me in the graveyard all night, waiting for him in the graveyard. What is going on in the graveyard? See, we have to wake up. We have to wake up. Every Bahamian has to wake up. Boy, man, woman, we all have to wake up, and we have great politicians here, and they, this is the brains. Look here, Davis, Menace, Hubert Menace. Look, they gotta go. They have to go. We have to bring. So all Bahamian men and women here, that's gonna run. They're running cycles around these scumbags in Parliament, and I'm not afraid of none of them. They can know me. I knew Lincoln a long time, and we have some great politicians here, Bahamians out there who are hearing my voice. Look here. That's who you need to put in Parliament right in here. All right? Let's make that mistake again. Let's put Bahamian, genuine, organic Bahamians in Parliament this coming election. Let's do it.
Good night, everybody. This is the mother of the gardens, Mount Moriah, Stapleton Gardens, Yellow Elder Gardens, and Millennium Gardens. I didn't say anything earlier, I wasn't ready, but I really only want to acknowledge Elder.
Ms. Linda Stubbs is our candidate for Mount Moriah, for those who don't know. She's a cultural icon.
More than that. But you'll hear about it later. But you know, apart from Lincoln and Charlotte and Dr. MacGyver and Maria, the next voice you hear a lot of is Elder Dames. And I just want, I don't know if everybody know Elder Dames. Elder Dames, stand up so they can know you. I can't.
Elder Dames took on Gino Jenkins.
Yeah.
In the league.
on Steve McKinney Show with Elder Dames. No one advocates for the COI like Elder Dames. I just wanted to thank you, Elder Dames, and to let you know our grandma's sorry. But as Lincoln said, you'll hear more from all of us. I'm waiting to get my assignment. I don't have anything to say until I receive my assignment.
All right. Thank you so much. I wanna say, that's it, we'll end it right there. All right? I just wanna say this to all of you. For this to happen, we have to support the movement. And so one thing what they used to do back in Philly them days, Rami used to send out money to make sure send that to the party. Take that to church, take that to the party. And that's how they did what they had to do. We need your support to get this done. Every party has to raise funding. Trump is a billionaire, they still have to raise money, right? All right, they still have to. The PLP and FM raises money all the time. We have to raise money to get this done. So we need your support in every way you can. We want you to help us come and walk, help us come and campaign, be there with us, and let's go and fight this battle together. We want to knock on every door. They can shut down the media, but they can't stop us from knocking on them doors and talking to people directly. And we've been doing it, so I can congratulate all the candidates who've been doing it so far. We've been doing it quietly, but we've been knocking on doors, and we've been making it happen. A war is about to begin, and these people take this seriously. I had an experience the other day where someone tried to poison me. Wow. Last weekend. Gave me a drink. It was full of foam, but that much foam on the top of it. I asked for sky juice. Virgin, you know, drink. And I just tasted the foam. And immediately I started to feel like I was blacking out. I felt it all over my body. Like it started to go cloudy. And I realized what happened. The person who gave me the drink before that was so excited to see me. Yeah. And after the next day when they gave me the drink after that, it was like they had done the same to me. They was like shocked. Probably I guess that I was alive. I don't know. But I didn't say that to befriend anyone. I said that to you to say that God is with us. One, you don't have to worry about that. Nothing they can do to me. But on top of that, they take this seriously.
Yes.
Someone like me, the main thing they want to do is try to discredit me. They got to get some stuff on me. They don't want you listening to me about this natural resources stuff. You know, you can give a man to the kingdom. Someone like Marcus Garvey, who's trying to actually empower the people economically, you got to discredit him. So they put fake fraud charges on him. It was really fake trumped up charges. They just pardoned him. That was the last thing but Biden did. Because they know what they did back then. But they wanted to discredit him so black people couldn't think that they could rise up. And it worked. See, Martin Luther King got tricked. He thought it was just about being in the same restaurants, being in the same schools, drinking from the same water fountain. And then Martin Luther King realized, hold on, we got to swing. It's economic empowerment that we need.
That's right. Right.
And when he started fighting for that, they hit him. I am here with a message of economic empowerment, and I'm willing to die for this. For our children to have a better life than we did. And I'm asking you to help us fight. That's all. Because if we don't win this election, it's over. You might as well write that off. All right? This country gone. And so nothing right now, election and stuff, they campaigning. All right? It's nothing more important than this right now. We got plenty time to go to church. But if we ain't got no country, we got no help for our church. We got plenty time to go to the club and party and have fun. Plenty time to travel. But all of that will be done if we don't save this country.
That's right.
And I ain't worrying about us. I'm worrying about children. They can grow up in what's to come.
So we got to fight for them, all right? And that's what moves me. And so my life is on the line for this. And so what I ask you to do is to help. I don't care if it's $5, $10, whatever it is. When you get it, go to the office. The office will be open every day. Do what you have to do. Or you can go online on our website and use your card. And you can pay online with your card. But we got to make this work. Y'all see us traveling all over the place, right? Y'all see us on every family island doing what we have to do. We compete with them. We are doing what we have to do. No so-called third party has ever done the things that we are doing. Ever. All right? And we are meeting them. And so we believe that the people who want change, every workplace you go to, people preaching COI. People talking to you. Everywhere you go. All over the country they talk about us. Something is happening on the ground. But we got to continue to put in the work to make it happen, and we need your help. All right? So again, make sure you're in one of the groups so you know when we're doing what we're doing. You can't always put it on say again? All right. We can't always put it on Facebook or whatever. We have to now be able to start putting things in the group that's not going out to the whole public. After this time, everything we do, we have to put for everyone to see. So the PSP, have them to see everything we're doing. But we now need to start. We're going to war. So we got to start having some things internal that they can't see. All right? So we need you to help us with this fight. So the fact that you're here means that you're serious. I had a really good time tonight. I appreciate you. You all get me hungry now since you're eating. But I ain't jealous because I was ice cream. I would have been jealous. But we got to keep going. All right? So I'm going to turn the microphone back over to our chairman.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Dean, thank you so much for all you are doing. Thank you for your hard work. Thank you for your sacrifices. And this goes out to all of our members and supporters. We truly do appreciate your support and your sacrifices. And like our leader said, Mr. Bean said, we are on the ground and we need everybody's participation in winning the war for the new Bahamas, because it is a war. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for taking the time to come out here to this meeting tonight. There will be more meetings to come. There will be branch elections. So if you are in your constituency and you would like to be a part of the branch association, please make it known. There are nomination applications you can fill out if you're interested in being a part of the branch association. If you are not a member of the Coalition of Independents and you would like to be a member, one, you can either come down at the headquarters and sign up, or you can sign up online. We are agents of change and we need to wear the badge proudly. So my fellow Bahamians, my fellow comrades, all for one and one for all. Change ain't coming. Change ain't coming. Before we leave, I would like for us to part with a prayer. Right over here. Over here. Thank you, Michael Chapman.
Thank you.
Michael Chapman, yours.
Yeah. So let's give God thanks and praise. Father, we thank you for the opportunity. We thank you for health. We thank you for wealth. We thank you for wisdom. And as we step out of this place to go back to our various places of the world, may your grace and your love and your protection go with us. Bless the leader, the deputy leader, and all of the members in this body. And may your love flow with us. And the unity that will restore strength in this country. God bless you all. And may the grace of God continue to be with you. Amen.
Amen.
Change ain't coming. Change ain't coming. Change ain't coming.